What's up, everyone? Adam here with eTrailer. Today I have a friend's 2017 Toyota RAV4, and we're going to be taking a look at the eTrailer Cargo Carrier. So this is what it's going to look like on your wall in your garage. And if you do not have a 2-inch hitch receiver on your Toyota RAV4, we have some. All you need to do is put Toyota RAV4 in the fit guide on our website, and that will hook you up with a hitch, and you're going to have a couple different options, so just pick all of that. But our fit guide is going to show you all the different parts and accessories that you can get for your Toyota RAV4. So let's go ahead and take this thing off the wall. Weighs in about 48 pounds. So you got to have a little bit of muscle to put it up in there. So let's slide it in the hitch receiver on our RAV4. Just like that. We want to line up that hole. Can't really tell from up here. So you kind of have to look a little bit and slide it in. So the first time you get this and you put it into your RAV4's hitch, you do maybe want to get a Hitch Alignment Tool. So that's going to be in the related parts section of this webpage. And then that's just going to prevent you from having to do this every single time you put it in the hitch of your RAV4. So we're going to take our threaded hitch pin. It's going to go through like that. And this is going to act as an anti-rattle device. And what you want to do is kind of wiggle it back and forth until it gets lined up. We don't want to cross thread this. I don't recommend that you use a power tool to do this. Use your hands until it won't turn anymore. There's a washer and a lock washer on one side. So once we get it down, we are going to need a tool. Don't get a power tool. You just want a little wrench like this. We do sell these on our website. It also is going to be listed in that related parts section of the page that you're on. Give it a couple twists. All right. And that's good. So now we can take a little pin and I'll go right there. And on our RAV4, we do want to make sure that the hole is kind of lined up, because we were hitting the bumper on our Toyota RAV4. So let's angle it like that. That's the best way. So it took me about 2 minutes to do that. Not a whole lot, but if you do get that hitch alignment collar, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm thinking that this is pretty much where we start on the specs. So a lot of the times when it comes to hitch mounted accessories, we are going to add a little bit of length to the back of our bumper. So I'm going to go from right here on our RAV4 all the way to the end. It's about 17 inches. And notice how our RAV4 right here doesn't have a centered up backup camera. It's kind of offset to the side, but that's kind of why we put this fine mesh flooring in. So we are going to have a little bit of beeping when we're backing up, but you still are going to be able to see when it's up in this position. So let's take some pins out. And I'm going to start with this bottom pin. We do want to take a hand and make sure it's going to be supporting it, because we don't want it to fall, even though it won't hit the back hatch on our RAV4. But we can go ahead and lower this down. And we need to remove one more pin to do that as well. So lower both of those. And then if we just wanted to have it in the upright position, you can raise it up and replace our pin here. And then we can replace this pin as well up top. And we're good to go. Notice how much room I have in between the bumper of our RAV4 and the back. So this one right now, we just have one single exhaust and it kind of faces down. So a lot of you guys are kind of a little concerned about some of your cargo maybe getting a little hot. So if you do have a generator or something, put it on the other side of your exhaust. But it's not really going to get hot because there is a large gap here. Let me grab my tape. So from our closest point to the bumper, it's about 17 inches again. So that's pretty good. We are going to be able to open up our hatch. So this is what we call the breakover point. And what that is where the height of our cargo meets the door. So let's take a look right now. I would say right about there. So we can load up our cargo about 2 foot from the floor of our carrier until we're going to have a little bit of issues hitting our back hatch. That's kind of a lot. I mean, we have a 24 wide by 60 inch interior dimensions on this, and we can go all the way up to 2 feet. So that's kind of a lot. But we do want to make sure that we're not going to go over 500 pounds, but you do want to check your owner's manual, because a lot of these Toyota RAV4s, they really don't want you to have that much tongue weight or weight on your hitch. So definitely be safe. We don't want to overload these vehicles because we want everybody to be safe on the road. Other than that, let's go for the overall length that we're going to have on our RAV4. So from the bumper, that same point, it's about 42.5 inches. So that is a decent amount, but I honestly like the big gap in between our bumper because, one, I can still get in the back, grab all of our stuff, and then our stuff's going to be safe from the exhaust. So I like that. Another thing I like when it comes to cargo carriers. So some of them are just fixed, and they won't even fold up. This one does, but this one will also tilt down. There's one pin that we need to really pull to enable that. So if you do go over that 2 foot for that breakover measurement, you can go ahead and pull these pins. Give me a second. There we go. And you can lean it back. So now let's take a measurement. Let's see if we even have a breakover point anymore. I just love the fact that we looked at this and did that, because now you're really not limited at all. So when I open this up, as you can see, at no point does this edge of our hatch go over this part of our carrier. So you can stack it up as tall as you really want. But let's just see what the safest way to how high we can really stack stuff up in. Meaning, when it's like this, in this position, from the floor to right where the window starts. So this is going to be like, if you're looking in your rear view, that's kind of what we're trying to avoid here. If you have a bunch of stuff in the back hatch of your RAV4, we're going to be blocking our rear view, and that's not really the safest thing. But honestly, we can probably stack up close to about, I'll say 34 inches. And that's pretty much from the floor to the very, very top of our rear windshield. So all in all, I mean, this thing's going to have a steel construction, 500 pounds. We do have the mesh. So a lot of these things, they have a little bit bigger gaps, which I don't really like that, just because sometimes there's little things that might kind of fall through the cracks. But this is going to make sure all that water gets through so your stuff's just not soaking. But when it comes to water, I did a video on a bag that actually goes on here. We brought it through a car wash, and it was completely bone dry. So if you don't know what the weather's going to be like, or you really just don't want to take the chance because you got maybe electronics or something in the back, definitely grab one. It fits perfectly in this cargo carrier, and it looks good too. So then people aren't driving behind you on the highway seeing exactly what you packed for the trip. I'd rather just keep that a little secret and protect all my stuff. So definitely grab that and watch the video too, because it is pretty awesome that we took it through the car wash and really put it to the ultimate test. It was a really fun day. So there's a couple things that you could get with this. We could get a taillight kit for this. So in this orientation, if you do stack it up, let's just say about, let's say roughly around 28 inches is where it's going to start to meet this point. So from the base of our cargo carrier to the bottom of our lights, that's probably the point where you really want to maybe get some taillights, and that's just going to hook up to your 4-pole. And again, all you have to do is put the 2017 Toyota RAV4 into the fit guide on our website to get the right wiring if you don't have any. But if you look at the related parts section of our website, we will have a taillight kit for this. If you don't really feel like want to mess with wires or anything like that, all you have to do is you can get a reflector kit as well. So we have so many options for you. And the cool thing about eTrailer products is we see all sorts of products, Kurt, and so many more. We take all of your feedback after you guys use this stuff, and we put all that together, and we really listen to you and design a product to kind of fit around your guys' needs. So all in all, I think the eTrailer Cargo Carrier is going to be a great choice. I use it when I go to Bennett Springs. Have coolers, everything we need, because I can fit more people in my car, so I can have more fun with more people. All in all, it's all about the destination. This is going to get your stuff there. And again, this is on our 2017 Toyota RAV4, and this is the eTrailer hitch-mounted cargo carrier.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.